Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got our celebration playmat. We got Jupitermon helping us out this time. And why are we celebrating with Jupitermon? Because today we are looking at the Digimon card game, Digimon Story Time Stranger tutorial deck. Which, this one is packed much differently than any of the other tutorial decks that we've looked at, or demo decks we've gotten in the past. We'll get a closer look at this in just a minute. But first, just to remind you, we've gotten the Digimon and the Renamon ones, which came with the playmats. We've gotten the Wargreymon and the Metal Garurumon ones, which didn't come with a playmat. And then we've got in the beginning tutorial deck, which was actually a full deck, whereas all these others are half decks. This one, again, is a half deck, but it comes in this kind of a pack. Like, it's much bigger than a normal pack. Like, here's the promo we're going to open at the end, but you can see, like, this is much bigger than that. It's got 29 cards per pack, 15 types in total, English version, Bandai Namco, 6 and up. Back just tells us more of that. It's like, this is just like an oversized kind of pack is what we're looking at. It's got all like the manufacturer information, stuff like that. Things like this contains some identical cards, some other important legally stuff that they want to put on there. But yeah, this is just like a normal pack. It's just like the cards are also pretty loose. Like, it's weird. But I got to play in an event where they gave these out. It was a $5 entry fee at the place that I went to. As I'm understanding, some other stores aren't charging. This one did charge $5. It was a very low turnout. Got to meet a person there. It was only me and him, so I'm glad I showed up. It was like an hour and a half away. But yeah, I bought this for $5, and like I entered in, got one for $5. I was like, hey, if you guys have any extra at the end, could I buy another one? And they're like, sure, why not? You're here. And because it was just the two of us, they let me buy a second one. And I'm going to open it here for you guys to see. I do want to keep this thing because, like, I do like keeping them how they came. So I'm going to try and carefully cut the top off. And then we'll take a look at this. So just hold on one moment while I try to carefully cut it off. I don't want to do it on stream or on camera in case I get, like, doing it, like, on here and being careful. No. We're going to take the extra care and do it. So I will be right back. All right, we're back. I got it carefully opened. It looks real nice, I think. Getting the cards out. This is what it looks like. I could have just shown you guys the cards that I got, but I was like, I want to do the opening experience with y'all. So we got our Digi-Egg right on top. Now we're just going to go through this. We've got the BT-18 Wanamon, who's got the inherited effect of when attacking once per turn. If you have a yellow tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. And something also to note is that all of these cards are going to have the not for sale stamp right on there. I get 4 copies of that one right there. So I mean, if you're looking for promo cards, I guess technically these count because they have the not for sale, but whatever. Then we got 2 copies of EX1 Elecmon, who's a 3 play cost, 0 which costs 2,000 DP. Inherited effect, on deletion, give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -1 for the turn. And then we got another Elecmon from BT-14, who's a 3 play cost, 0 which costs 2,000 DP. No active effect, inherited effect of when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn. And our final rookie we've got is 2 copies of Salamon. 3 play cost, 0 devolution cost, 1000 DP. Start of your main phase, if you have 3 or more security cards, you may add your top security card to the hand. Then, if you have 2 or fewer, you may play 1 yellow Digimon card with the vaccine trait from your hand as your top or bottom security card. Inherited effect, all turns, once per turn. When your security stack is removed from one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. So you're probably noticing a trend, like from these rookies, is that we are only getting half a playset of each. This is a half deck. So I suppose if you wanted to, you could add in 2 more of each to kind of build up the deck and make it a full deck. Because that's kind of what's going to continue on through the entire deck, is that we're only going to get half playsets at most of some cards. Going on to the champions, we got 2 copies of the EX1 Gatomon. 4 play cost, 2 devolution cost, 4000 DP. When attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. Then we've got... Whoop, cards are sticking together a bit. I do apologize. They are not... There we go. We got 2 copies of Turimon from BT3, which is 6 play cost, 1 devolution cost, 6000 DP, straight vanilla. And normally I'd be like, oh, straight vanillas are not great, but in this event, these were actually pretty good. Being able to Digivolve just for a cost of 1 really kind of starved your opponent out of some memory, which was real nice. The next champion we've got is Black Gatomon, for 5 play cost, 3 devolution cost, 6000 DP. Can Digivolve from yellow or purple, is dual color purple-yellow. Active ability is Rush, and inherited ability is Retaliation. This was another good one. Like being able to attack the turn that it comes into play, that's nice. You'd have to have at least 5 memory, but there was some turns where that did happen, because there's not really a lot of things to help you with memory in this deck, so that is something that I would probably add if I was modifying the deck. Next card, we got 2 copies of our first ultimate, Sirenmon. 5 play cost, 2 devolution cost, 6000 DP, and again, it's a vanilla. So the one thing that I have to say about this, and this is going to go for all the cards in this deck, is that these are decks made for this tutorial deck. This card has a promo artwork, alternate artwork for it. I wish they would have used that. Like, for any of the ones where there was other artwork, I wish they would have used that one. Mainly because, minus that little not for sale sign, these are the exact same cards that you would get from the BT1 set. And if they would have given it that alternate art, that would have made everyone happier. Because if you are a collector of the card game, that would have pushed you to go to these events a little more, because you'd have been like, oh, okay, this is an alternate artwork one that I don't have, like, I can go get it. If you are a new player and you get that alternate art, like, that's going to look pretty cool to you. You're going to be like, oh, mine looks different than the one that came in the pack. Neat. So, just a little nitpick. I wish that they would have done that. Give us the alternate artworks. Our next ultimate, we got 2 copies of Anjouamon. 7 play cost, 3 devolution cost, 6000 DP. When digivolving, give one of your opponent's Digimon security attack -2 until their turn ends. Inherited effect, when attacking, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you may play 1 level 3 yellow Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. And then the final ultimate we got is 2 copies of EX7 Piximon. 7 play cost, 3 devolution cost, 7000 DP. Digivolve from level 4 with the NSP trait for a cost of 3. On deletion, you may play 1 play cost 4 or lower Digimon card that is yellow or has the NSP trait from your hand without paying the cost. Inherited effect, when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4000 DP for the turn. So, another thing that I have a problem with this deck is that it's like, from an NSP trait. Well, these are all previously printed cards, And in this conglomeration, they kind of work together, but they're not doing anything with their like keywords or anything really great about that. And this to me is no more evident than with one of the two megas they gave for the deck, which is 2 copies of Jupitermon randomly. And I say randomly because she is an 11 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 11,000 DP. Can Digivolve from yellow or purple, is mono purple. She has a retaliation ability, but when Digivolving, trash the top 3 cards of your deck, then return 1 Digimon card from your trash to the hand. This is a mediocre effect in a regular deck, but in a half deck, like you are taking 5 cards out, putting them in your security. You're taking another 5 cards, drawing them into your hand. You have 15 cards left in your deck. You're going to trash 3 of them, a fifth of your remaining cards, and then pick one out from the deck. Like that's not great. The only redeeming trait that she has for this deck is that she is Olympus 12. So that's good because the other mega that we got is 2 copies of the Apollomon Ace, who is a 7 play cost, 4 Digivolution cost, 12,000 DP. Digivolve from level 5 with the Light Fang or Night Claw trait for cost 3. Don't worry about that. There's none in here. Hand counter Blast Digivolution. On player, when Digivolving, to one of your opponent's Digimon, give minus 4,000 DP for the turn for each of your Digimon with the Olympus 12 trait. Then, to lead up to 7,000 DP total worth of their Digimon. End of your turn. 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into Grace Novamon in the hand, then 1 of your Digimon may attack. And then it has Ace Overflow -4 and Inherit effect. End of your turn, once per turn, 1 of your Digimon may attack. So again, we're not using any of the Grace Novamon stuff. The main thing that this one did in the deck when I played was you play it down, you reduce something by 4,000 DP, then you delete 7,000 DP worth. Because neither of us, and we played like 4 games, I want to say, so it never happened where we had both of these out at a time. So this one wasn't out, and this one hit the field. If it did, it'd be minus 8,000, which would have been nice, but that never happened. We played 4 games, maybe 5, but it just didn't happen in that way. Our only option card is Yellow Memory Boost. We all know it. It is a 3 play cost. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 yellow Digimon card among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Then place this card in the battle area. Main delay, gain 2 memory. Security, place this card in the battle area. The end. That's all this card does. Like, I wish there was more option cards in this deck. It's one of the spots where it's lacking. The other is in the Tamers. Also, a weird thing that they did is it looks like they put the promo cards at the back. So we still have 1 more level 4 to look at. And our last champion is Igiamon. 4 play cost, 2 Digivolution cost, 4,000 DP. Digivolve from a level 3 with a TS trait for a cost of 2. Has blocker, has barrier, and an inherent effect of barrier. Again, I'm not a huge fan of barrier, like deleting or trashing your top security card to keep it out. No, thank you. What I will say is that I did use blocker in one of the games to kind of slow down my opponent just a bit. But other than that, nothing too crazy about this card. It is a promo, so if you are looking for promos, this is a great way to get them, because you're getting a good amount of them. The final card in the deck is Inori. She's a 3 play cost, start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. On play, activate one of the effects below. You may play 1 Electmon from your hand without paying the cost, or one of your Digimon may Digivolve into Aegismon in the hand without paying the cost. Security, play this card without paying the cost. This is another one where, like, I think we used one of its abilities, like, between our 5 games versus each other once, maybe, twice. We both used it once at some point. Other than that, we didn't really use it. This one was mainly used for your opponent's got a Digimon, gain a memory. Like, that helped out a lot more than these on-play effects. So that's all the cards in the deck. They also gave you a memory marker, which is great. A memory counter. It's got this on the back, which I wish they had given you 2. I understand why they didn't, because this is an event and everyone's getting one of these. So with mine and my opponents, we could slap them together and get it. We didn't do that because I brought a playmat with me. But yeah, so with this one, what was my experience playing this deck? Well, again, Jupitermon, not worth it. Not a good card. Like, the reason being is, again, because of the so few cards in this deck. One of the main problems that my opponent kept running into is he kept playing this like an actual full deck Digimon game. And, like, I'd made mistakes. Like, I'd made huge mistakes during it all. Like, I think I pulled, in my first hand, I pulled some cards where I was like, oh, that one's a rookie. And then I looked back at it, and it wasn't a rookie. It was, like, I think it was Sirenmon, because I'm just so not used to seeing her that, like, I thought she was a rookie. So in my first hand, I only had, like, level 5s and level 6s, so I had to hard play a bunch of stuff. And it comes out, when doing that with a half deck, hard play is so much better than Digivolving, because my opponent was playing like a regular game, just Digivolving, drawing cards from his deck. And again, 25 cards, you've got 5 in your security, 5 in your opening hand, you got 15 cards left in your deck. If you are Digivolving and not being careful, like, Digivolving from this all the way up to a level 6, that's like 5 cards. That's a third of your deck. And if you're doing that willy-nilly, you are going to run out of cards. And that is what happened to him, at least in 2 of our games, I think it was. Meanwhile, I was like, God, this hand isn't good, but I'm going to work with it. And I just kept hard playing stuff out. My favorite thing being that I would hard play out Sirenmon, and then on his turn he would attack, and I would burst or blast Digivolve into Apollomon Ace, delete some of his stuff to keep me out a little longer. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind when you're playing with a half deck. Like, something I didn't think of. But yeah, so that was my experience with this. That was this one. Let me know what you guys thought of this down in the comments below. Before we leave, as always, we got to do some pack openings. And we still got some more of these special release memorial packs. They also had a bunch of packs there for like $1 each. And I almost bought them, but they were all from like tournament packs that we've already seen. So I held off. We got a new world, 0 cost, main. If you have a Mimi in play, you may play one Palmon from your hand without paying its memory cost to return one of your Mimi's cards to its owner's hand. Again, unless your Mimi has like a good unplayability, don't worry about it. We'll open up one more, because again, why not? If it will open up properly. There we go. And we got another one. All right. So don't really have to go over it. But yeah, again, that was the deck. Let me know what you guys thought. Is anyone playing Digimon Story Time Stranger? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear that. I haven't gotten a chance to play my copy yet. Life's just been a little too wonky at the moment. As always, if you guys have any ideas for future videos, leave it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a good old thumbs up, hit that like button. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. The algorithm loves it. Don't forget to hit the bell icon because we upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.